Grateful to Juddmonte, for keeping me on the horse. They could use anyone. They're a worldwide organisation and a extremely successful one at that. And way back there when he had his first run for the stable, people thought he disappointed, but we never lost faith. We knew, he'd been 19 months off the track, and then he was explosive in the Virgin O'Hare. And I said the other morning to Bupa, hello, and I pulled him aside and I said, I've never ridden a horse to his ability ever, and he just done an easy work on his own. And Bupa actually asked me, did I want company with him, and I said, you know what, I said, there was only the two of us, and we had that kind of moment after the gallop, and I said, Bupa, I said, I don't know where we're going to finish in the World Cup, but I've never ridden a horse like this. And look, I have so many people to thank, starting with Bupa and his team at Seville, and obviously his owners, Juddmonte, which I've stated, they could use anyone in the world, and they kept the faith with me, and look, thankfully I paid him off with the biggest race in the world.
It's been 6, it's been a mile. He was stepping up again today, but you seem to be quite intent early just to be positive on him and ride him as if he stayed. Yeah,
well, look, the dirt, we went through everything, Bupa and myself, and along with the owners, and with the dirt, it's you can't be half-hearted. Is probably the best way to explain it. You got to go forward. We said there was no point trying to do something different, even though he was going 10 furlongs for the first time. So if he didn't stay, he didn't stay. The owners were aware of that, the trainer was aware of it, and I was certainly, all I wanted to do was hopefully get him on the lead if nothing wanted to go. We would have been quite happy to second or third if something went, but the main thing I came out there is, so without, for me, he's had an easy race. I kept him up to his work without having to go for the pro cush as such. I just kept waving at him and just thinking, really, when am I going to wake up?
But no, absolutely scintillating performance.
And just give us your thoughts as you watch the race unfold.
Yeah, well, Ty myself, we spoke about it this morning, and Ty was like, look, we're drawn 12. I'm not going to be too-minded about it. I'm going to go forward, and we agreed to it. We said, yeah, that's the way to go. And if somebody's going very fast, then obviously let them be. But otherwise, he's just got the natural pace. He comes out of the gate. This is why we ran him in a 6 furlong race, because he's got a pace for 6 furlong. And and Ty was able to get some easy fractions into him, and I saw the funded coming on the outside of him, and I thought, oh, that's just going to annoy him a little bit. But he kept on pulling and pulling more, and he kept on going further. And last furlong, I was just thinking, all these closers, they're going to be flying at him, but he still had plenty left.
You thought he was the sort of horse that could step up again tonight. Did you envisage though an 8.5 length winner at the Bible Cup?
No, you can't go to the best race in the world, in my opinion, and you can never think that you'll win by 8.5 lengths. That's for sure. But my God, he's a serious horse.
He's lightly raced. Surely there's got to be many more happy days ahead for you. Might you be keen to campaign him again back in America?
I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to His Royal Highnesses and Juddmonte and see what their plan's going to be. But the impression I got before this was that he's just going to stay in.
Okay.
And maybe go to opinion. He's had a long enough season, even though it was 3 races. But the good thing about Dubai is that the reason we have older horses and they last so long is because we can give them that break in the summer and then freshen them up and bring them back.
And Bupa Simai.
Did you really consider